Hello everyone. In this lesson, we are going to learn about how to write an article for your blog. So this is the main lesson of our course. Because if you plan to create a website for affiliate marketing, you must have to hire someone for writing article, or you have to purchase article from the marketplaces. Same as if you want to create a website for AdSense or for personal blog, in that case, you have to purchase the article from the others. But if you want to start your career as a writer, or you want to work as a freelancer in some marketplaces, in that case you must have to know how to write an article, and this is what we are going to learn in this lesson. So if you know how to write an article, in that case you will be able to write article for your own website. It could be the affiliate marketing website, or it could be the AdSense, or it could be the blog website. Or if you want to start your career as a freelancer, in that case you must have to know how to write an article for the clients, and we're going to learn these things in this lesson. So let's start from the beginning. So at first you have to select the niche. So if you plan to create a website for affiliate marketing or for AdSense, in that case you must have to follow on trendy niche. But if you are working as a writer in marketplaces as a freelancer, in that case you will have the different scenario, because your client will provide you specific niche or topics. In that case you have to write an article for your client. But nowadays most of the clients are focused on trendy niche or trendy topics, and in here I enlisted 7 niche or 7 topic, and these niche are trendy right now. So as an example, at first I kept tech niche. You know, nowadays technology niche are highly demandable niche, and if you can write an article for technology, in that case if you have your own website and if you can publish the tech niche on your website, you will have plenty of money. Trust me students, I'm telling from my own experience. If you can write an article for tech niche, you will have the huge amount of money from your website. Even if you want to start career as a tech writer, in that case you will get a number of orders, because nowadays tech niche are highly demandable. So let me show you with a real example. In my browser I opened 3 websites. The first one is TechRadar.com, the second one is PCMag, and the third one is TechCrunch. So you can get an idea that what is the blog is about. The blog is about technology. This TechRadar.com, it's one of the most popular website in internet for gadgets and for technology. As same, we have the PCMag, and this is one of the most popular website that's called a TechCrunch. And TechCrunch is really very famous website nowadays, and if you consider these 3 websites, they have tons of article. You can take a look. There are number of articles are available in their pages. So you can write any type of article. You can write info article, you can write money article. So whatever article you are going to write, you just have to write the article and you have to publish it. So how this website are earnings? So as I was saying, there are 2 type of articles: info articles and the money articles. Info articles that provide the information, money articles that generate sales. So if you plan to create your own website, in that case you can put info article along with money article. So the more article you will have on your website, you will have more traffic. And how they're earning? They're earning from Google AdSense, they're earning from affiliate marketing. So you can take a look over here. This is an ad from Google. In this PCMag, we have ad from the Google. In our TechCrunch, we have ad from the Google. So most of the websites nowadays, they are placing Google AdSense, and Google AdSense nowadays are very effective for earning money from online. So I will suggest you, it's from my opinion, please consider the technology niche if you are a beginner, because if you are a beginner and if you consider the technology niche, your journey will start fine and your journey will be very smooth. But if you consider others niche, I'm not discouraging you for picking the other niche. It's just my opinion, because nowadays tech niche are really getting the good result. So if you are expert in writing travel niche, if you are expert in food niche, fashion niche, or finance, lifestyle, health niche, you can pick any niche from here. So at first, what you have to do, you have to pick the niche. That what is the topic and in which topic I am going to write my article. So I hope you have an idea how to pick up the niche. And the next things is, for writing the article, target your audience. You have to know when you will start writing an article, you have to know who is your audience and what is their destination. So if you decide to write the article especially for United States or from the people from United States, in that case, the pattern of article will be different from the others. And you have to know the age range, gender, location. These are the fact, because different country have different type of cultures. Actually, these things are connected with kind of lifestyle, health, fashion, finance, food, travels. But tech niche are common niche, because techs are accepted in every country and techs have the similar audience. But if you consider the lifestyle, in that case, you have to consider the gender. If you consider the finance niche, in that case, you have to consider the age range. If you consider the food, in that case, you have to consider the location, because every different country have different type of food culture. Therefore, you have to target your audience. And in audience, what you have to consider? Age, gender, and the location. So before starting the writing article, you have to target your audience. So after choosing or selecting the niche, then you have to start writing your article. So for starting your article, what do you have to consider? You have to consider the title. That means start with the title. When you will start writing an article for a website, you must have to put a title for your article. And what you have to consider for creating a title? You have to put an attractive title. You have to put catchy and interesting title. So when you will write the title for your article, your title should be attractive. That means when the reader will read your title, the title can attract people to read your entire article. You have to write title like that. So you must have to make your title attractive. So right now I am going to show you a real example of article. So let me open my MS Word. In here, I opened an article, and you can take a look. Total 1,765 words in here. That means you can consider this article as a complete article. So what we are discussing? We are discussing about the titles, and what you have to make your title. Your title should be attractive, catchy, or interesting, that can attract people. So this is our title. So what we written in here, how to get free phones from Virgin Wireless. So do you really think this title is interesting or this title can attract people? The answer is yes, because most of the people will love to get a free phone. So when you will write a title that how to get a free phones from Virgin Wireless, people will be interested. This title will attract people. So this is just an example that how you can write some attractive title. So when you are going to write an article is divided in three parts. The first part is title, second part is body, and the third part is conclusion. So this is the title part, and inside your body part you have to put all the information, and at end in here you have to put the conclusion. So now we're discussing about the title. So I hope you have the idea how you will create an interesting title that can attract people to read your entire article. Then we have to consider the introduction. So after title, you must have to focus on introduction, and what you will include inside the introduction. You have to include something else that will hook people to read your entire article. That means need to hook people. And here is an example is mentioned, that is, do you want to get a free phone from Verizon? Let's take a look in our example. So this is our introduction part. This part is introduction, and inside our introduction, at first what we got, we started with, do you want to get a free phone from Verizon? So this is a word that can hook people, because when you will ask people that, do you want to get a free phone? And people will be interested. And this text will hook the people for reading the entire article. So you can have the idea, you can add some kind of special word or some kind of attractive word that can hook the people for reading the entire article, and you must have to put inside the introduction. Then you have to mention what you will cover. This is our introduction. These two paragraphs are our introduction, and we have to mention inside our introduction that what we are going to cover in this article. So here is a green mark text that allow you to seize these phones both for free or at an affordable discounted value. So in this line, it's mentioned in here what is going to be covered in this article. So the reader will have an idea how you will get a free phone or at affordable discounted value. The article is going to be covered about this information. So here the information about what is going to be covered. Okay, what is next? Put an overview. When you are going to write an article for 1,000 word or 3,000 word or 4,000 or 6,000 word, you must have to place the overview inside your introduction. And you can take a look over here, the yellow mark text. This is the yellow mark text, and this text are just an overview. The writer of the article, the writer placed a perfect overview in here in the introduction, and that is the mention for putting an overview inside your introduction. And here is the introduction overview. Okay, so let's take a look inside our slide. So basically 3 things you have to include on your introduction, that is, need to hook people, mention what you will cover, and finally put an overview. So you can take a look. So here is the text. This text will hook people for reading the entire article. And here is the green mark area, and in this text area it's mentioned what will cover by this article. And the yellow part or yellow color area, this is the overview of the article. So the three things we mentioned in our slide, that three things are included inside the introduction. So I hope now you have the clear idea about how you will write the introduction for your article. Okay, now we will move to the body part. Actually, the introduction is a part of body, but we are separating the body part. And in body, what you have to consider for including inside the body, you have to use subheading, keep the paragraph within 5 to 7 line maximum, put all the info in body, tell a story, ask questions, use link, numbers, bullet points, and put frequently asked questions or FAQ. Okay, so these are the elements for the body, and you have to consider these 5 things I mentioned in here. Okay, so let's start with the first one, that is use subheading. So let's take a look in our example. So this is the article for our example, and what we found at first in body lesson, that we found that using a subheading. So you can take a look over here. In here it's mentioned 3 ways to get free phones from Verizon, and this is a subheading. That's we are looking for. Okay, the next things is keep the paragraph within 5 to 7 line maximum. So you can take a look. Here is a paragraph, here is a paragraph, here is a paragraph, and it's mentioned for keeping 5 to 7 line maximum for your paragraph line. So you can consider 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. In here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and in here 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the ideal line number for creating a paragraph. And please try to keep your lines for a paragraph not more than 7 lines, and the writer did this very well in this article. Most of the paragraph writer covered with a 5 to 7 line, and this is what we mentioned in our slide. Okay, what is next? Put all the info in body, tell a story, ask questions. Okay, so what is mentioned, that put all the information in the body. So basically we have 3 parts: title, the body parts, and the conclusion part. So this is the conclusion part, and this is the title part, and in between the title and the conclusion we got the body part. And whatever you have to put, you have to put all the information inside the body. And you can take a look, all the information writer placed inside the body. And you can take a look, there are a number of subheadings are here, there are numbers of bullet points, there are subheadings, paragraphs, and all the things are information. And all the information you must have to put inside the body, and the writer did that part very well. All the information writer placed inside the body. Then what is next? Tell a story. You can take a look in here, this yellow marked line. In 2021 I was using Samsung Galaxy phone, and unfortunately that phone broken by an accident, and I had financial issue to purchase a new phone then. So I was looking some kind of deal or offer to get a free phone or cheap deal. So this is a story, as we mentioned in our slide, that put a story, and here is the story. In 2021 the phone or a smartphone of the writers is broken by an accident, and the writer was looking for a deal for getting a free phone. So this is a story. Then what is next? Asking the question. So we just covered the introduction part, and now we're moving in the body part, and you have to consider the body part is the lengthy part or long part of your article. So you don't need to put the question at the beginning of your body. You can put a question after some paragraph, and you can take a look over here. In this yellow mark, writer placed the question. Let me ask you a question. Verizon offer free phone upgrades? That means writer asked the question for the audiences or the readers that, let me ask you a question. Verizon offer a free phone upgrades? So this is the question that included inside the body part, and this is what we mentioned in our slide. Okay, then what is next? Use link, numbers, bullet points. When you will put some hyperlinks, in that case it will increase the credibility of your article. That means when you will add some other website link with your article, that will, you can consider as a backlink, but I'm not focusing about the backlink. I'm telling about the increasing of the credibility of your article. So in this article, the writer discussing about the Verizon company. So in that case, if you include a website link of Verizon, in that case, it will increase the acceptability to the audience because you link the proper and the relevant website, and that will increase the credibility and acceptability. So this is the article about the Verizon. I mean, how to get a free phone from Verizon. And you can take a look. Writer added Verizon.com, this website link, inside his article. So this is really a good practice for adding link inside your article. But remember one thing, always you have to try to put the relevant website link. And remember one thing, do not add any spam link with your article. In that case, you will lose the credibility to the audience. That's why adding hyperlinks or adding links is a good practice, but you have to put the proper, correct, and the relevant hyperlink or website link you can put inside your article. Okay, then what is next? The next is you have to put the numbers, you have to put the bullet points. So you can take a look inside this article. We place the numbers in here. That means the paragraph are mentioned with the number, or points are described inside the numbers. So here is the numbers, here is the numbers, and here is the numbers. So what it's mentioned, that is 3 ways to get free phones from Verizon. So in here it's mentioned 3 ways. That means there are 3 ways, and in that case you can use the numbers. So for first way, here the writer added number 1. For the second, writer added number 2. And for the third, writer added number 3. So this is the use of numbers inside the article. And the bullet point inside the number or inside any paragraph, if you need to put some specific information, in that case you can use the bullet points. So in here, writer used the bullet points. In here, writer used the bullet points. In here, writer also include the bullet points. So what included in our slide, all the things are mentioned in here. That is using numbers, using bullet points, and adding links. Okay. Then what is next? Put frequently asked question or FAQ. Okay. So when you will have some FAQ inside your article, it will be very helpful for the audience, because audience can have some question, and for getting the answer, if audience leave your website, then it will be tough for you to bring the audience back, because another website will have the audience attention. That's why you must have to try put the FAQ inside your article. In that case, you have to do research that what kind of question audience could ask. So you have to put the answers. So in our example, you can take a look. The writer added the FAQ, that means frequently asked questions. So the necessary questions are provided in here and all the answers are given with the questions. So this is really a good practice because you must have to try to keep your audience till conclusion. Because if any of audience leave your website in the middle of article, in that case you can lose some sales if you consider the article for affiliate marketing. So you have to try to keep your audience till conclusion. In that case you can generate some good sales. Okay, therefore FAQ, including FAQ, is one of the good practice for keeping your audience till end of your article. Therefore you have to try and you have to research what kind of question can audience ask, and you have to prepare the answer and you have to put as an FAQ. Okay, let's focus the body part once again. What you have to include inside the body, that is use subheading, keep the paragraph within 5 to 7 line maximum, put all the information inside the body, tell a story, ask questions, use links, numbers, bullet points, and finally you have to put the frequently asked questions or FAQ. Okay, now we have to consider about the conclusion part. So inside conclusion, what you have to consider, that is summarize your article for wrap up and put a question in conclusion. So let's take a look inside our example. So basically conclusions are placed at the end of your article and you can take a look. Here is the conclusion, and in conclusion you just have to put a summary, and here is the summary. And the most important things is you must have to put a question at your conclusion. So at yellow mark area you can take a look. Do you really think these 3 methods will really work to get a free phone from Verizon? When you will place a question at conclusion, it will increase the engagement of the audience with your article. Because if you have a blog post or if you have the comment section on your article, in that case audience will write the answer, or audience will ask the question, or audience will try to answer your question. Okay, so this is really a very good practice if you put the question at the conclusion, because keeping the question in conclusion is a good practice, and this increase the engagement of the audience with your article. So always try to focus, or always try to add a question at your conclusion, and in that case you will have the conversation with the audience in the comment section. So you can share the link, or you can share some kind of other information through the comment section to the audience. That's why keeping a question in conclusion is always a good practice. Now I want to share with you some pro tips. The first pro tip is do not copy any line from other website. I'm telling you because if you copy some line from other website, it will be considered as plagiarism. And if you copy some content from other website and if you put the same line in your article, in that case your content will not be ranked, because Google or other search engine will consider your article as a plagiarism article. Therefore, do not copy any single line from any other article or from any other website. So you can ask a question, so how I will write an article? Your answer is you can read article from any other website, or you can read others article. You can get idea, then you have to research for the article for yourself, then you have to type the article, but you do not copy any single line. So you can take a look in my browser. I opened Google and I search for how to get a free phone from Verizon, and here is the search result. And from this search result, I opened 3 tabs in here. So this is a tab, this one, and this one. So these 3 websites, they do have almost similar information about how you will get a free phone from Verizon. This is another Verizon giving a free phone to customer, and here why Verizon is sending free phone to the customer. So these 3 websites article are closely relevant. So you can read the article from these 3 websites, and then you can get idea by reading the article from this website. Then you can draft a article for yourself, and you can summarize, and then you have to write the final article for you. So ultimately, what is the conclusion? You have to read article from other website, you have to generate idea yourself, then you have to write the final article for yourself. But do not copy any single line. Okay, the next pro tips is put a social share button. When you will have the social share button in your article, in that case, audience or readers can share your article on their Facebook page or Facebook profile, on Instagram or in Twitter. So this will help you to get more traffic for your article. So therefore, keeping a social share button in your article or in your site is a good practice. So as an example, the website I am browsing in here, that how to get a free 5G phone from Verizon, this is an article, and you can take a look over here. They put 4 different buttons. So this is for the Facebook share, this is for the Twitter share, this is for the LinkedIn, and this for the mail. So you must have to do the same things. And if you put the social share button on your personal website, on your article, then you will have the more traffic, because if someone from your audience share your article in his personal Facebook account, in that case the friend he have in his Facebook account, then they will have a chance to see your post, and therefore you will get some more traffic from the social media or from the Facebook. So this is how social media works really great.